Well, you hear that? It's 3:27, and my dog, he wants attention right now. So if I would have went out there and let my dog out, I'd come back and I would be late for the stream. Well, I didn't want to be late. So give me a second, folks. I am going to go let my dog out. Little Ziggy's his name. He's a miniature long-haired dachshund. So um, I wasn't gonna do a stream today, um, but a young man by the name of David inspired me. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna let my dog out. So be right back. Peace. All right, we made it. Okay, let's see what's going down here. Get rid of this here. So, we ain't got no music, no sounds going here. What we got going here? Let's see. Let's see, we got any people yet in the house? Nope, absolutely nobody. So when I got here, it was 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the stream. Ain't that funny? 4:20 into the stream, and I'm back. That's funny. That means it's time for 4:20, folks. Well, we only got 27% energy on that phone. So let's check this other phone. What we got here? 91%. We'll go with this phone here. What makes a noise and draw some people up. And first of all, I want to say thanks to David. He made a comment and it kind of inspired me because sometimes you get disheartened with being censored and put in the back burner and so forth, stuff like that. So give me a second here, folks. I'm trying to get organized. I just wung this, just winging it. I wung it. Oh yeah, I wung it. Okay. So I got a comment here. Let's see what the comment is. Red bags unloaded. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Okay. Mm, okay, we're looking for. Uh, oh, the phone's ringing, but Linda's got it. All right, let's see here. So, okay, we'll kick out a little sound here. See what's going on. Try to get ready. Nobody's there. StreamYard trying to put an ad out there. So we skip that ad. And here we are. I gotta start putting links to White Bad Audio for using their stuff. I appreciate it big time. Um, it's a mix, synth mix, retro style, and kind of fits the melted realm. I really like it, so I use it over and over. And I don't know, little vibration helps um, distract from the noise that I'm hearing around me over there, over there. So anyway, here. Eh, First and foremost, I want to say that nothing here is scripted. Um, I'm giving you my own personal assessment concerning the Ukraine conflict based on information, um, even if that's convoluted information from our news agents and so forth, because there are investigators in the field that I'm affiliated with who go talk to people that are in Ukraine. Okay. And so that's what we're going to talk about briefly. If nobody knows about what's going on, go do a Google search about the Russian graveyard. Okay. And where's the town at? Lesheslav Koshas, Bakinskaya Cemetery. Okay. Now, I wrote some of the stuff in the description box, and I left the rest for the narrative for me to give. And the icon image for the stream is the graveyard itself. Okay. Now, this is what I wanted to share with you. Um, our governments want to say that this is war crimes. I'm going to tell you that you have to have good cop, bad cop. So you got to have the fear to have control and give them narrative gobbledygook. So let's just back up a minute and say the world wasn't buying the mass story. So they had to step it up a notch. And they have all these other programs involved to do just what I'm saying right now is divert your mind's eye. Quick example. A douchebag by the name of Rumsfeld, who is dead. Thank God he's dead. I pray that all the rest of his constituents die very soon. Told us we are missing and lost $1 trillion. The next day, some towers get blown to the ground, melted right to the ground. And they write a narrative lie about it was some Muslims with planes and this and that. All our news agencies said no bombs before there was even an investigation. NIST, National Institute of Standards and Technologies, I think that stands for. The CEO, he said no bombs, and there was no investigation. See? So, there's an example, and now they're doing it again. Now, if you back up in the past, Putin told, showing off and bragging, I could take America out in 1 hour and take the whole grid system out. So, you see how this is a bunch of hoopla? It's a good way to eradicate and get rid of people that you don't want. Oh, and by the way, do you know a lot of them prisoners who are locked up for having mercury and trying to and making diesel fuel out of pop bottles, plastic bottles, and so forth. And it's red, and they'd get fined for it and jailed and so forth, and have mercury and get 15 years. These are the people they want eliminated from the world because they're smart. And they're telling the world that the energy vampires are metering us all for energy. And that's why it's illegal to have mercury in Russia. Okay? So we climb into the narrative of Ukraine today, and we see that the world wasn't buying a bull crap. So they get another reality actor, like we had our reality actor, and many of our reality actors, and they start telling you about this and that and what's going on, and then you have Wagner and say, well, we can eliminate many of our problem. We kill the prisoners. So they send 30,000 of them out. 70% of them are already dead. So, kind of looks like a good way to eradicate prisoners. Now, we'll stop for a second and say, look at Trudeau. Who is Trudeau? That's a little ways away from Ukraine, ain't it? But it's pretty close to Cuba. And Trudeau just happens to be the illegitimate bastard son of Castro. And he's running a country. See, all related, bunch of horse shit stuff. So anyway, let's go back to Cuba. Look what Castro did. He emptied his prisons and then sent them to Florida. See? And we're bombarded with them. And we get them up in our penal systems and so forth all over. Inside the penal systems everywhere, just full of all these people that Castro dropped off. And our American public and our American leaders allowed that to happen. And that's some real horseshit. See, they worked as a group together. Why? The constituents of the from Cuban constituents, they were all prison owners here in America. And all prisoners are welcome. Even if you come here in America and violate a law, you will be imprisoned. And so they invited them. Come on, drop your prisoners off. We'll fill our prisons up to capacity and get rich. The Masonic losers are getting like 32 grand per inmate. Kind of Masonic number, huh? But might have changed. It might be more today. Maybe it's times two. See, two. So that's what they do. So that's what's going on again in Ukraine. It's bullshit to divert your eye, to rip us Americans off of our tax dollars to go send Sherman tanks over there and munitions over there and men over there and weapons and food and all this other stuff that we need right here in America. We need to have those tanks and those weapons to go get the Bidens and lock them up. We need the tanks and our military guys to go round up all those people in the White House, put a double fence around it, put some bars up, and we'll redesignate that White House as a prison. We'll take Washington, D.C. over, District of Columbia no more. All you dirt bags from the neutral country, push on. All you bankers, you need to go push on. You have been revealed. We know your game, and your game is up. Now it's just a matter of getting the masses to start hearing what the real people are saying and not what your douchebag journalists are saying, because we know that journalists are garbage. They don't tell you nothing. They don't tell you no truth. Even somebody on their own side, Donald Trump told you the media is fake. The media, he said, is your enemy. So, no. Huh. Can't. Nothing's working here. What the heck? Huh. I can't thumbs up my own channel. That's weird. So I can't even thumbs up my own channel. I just try to click the thumb. And I can't click the thumb up on my own channel. So anyway, oh, it looks like it's locked up. Oh well. So it looks like my browser is locked up. So anyway, so what else? We said a lot. I'm looking at some images that you can't see right now because I'm using the webcam is live streaming and not my software. And um, the government officials dismantled our cool studio to construct StreamYard and tag people for what we were already getting for free. So anyway, I'm looking at a bunch of young souls that, look like they're between their 20s and 30s that are all dead. I'm looking at some of their social media groups and their hopes and ambitions and how they were tricked by somebody trying to make them feel important, like you're going to go defend something, like this is something really good you're going to be doing. And all it was about was eradicating these people that the government doesn't want to pay for behind bars. And they thought, you know, you know, why not pick these guys? A bunch of violent offenders and alcohol abusers, get them out of the prisons, send them over there and get them killed, and end of story. See what I mean? And in the mix of those are many of the guys who knew about the ether antennas and the mercury antennas and all these um, buildings that the Masonic dirt bags have taken over throughout all the realm. And you'll see all the red brick buildings being blown up in Ukraine that show that there was a meltdown and a move in thereafter. And that's all it was about here in our Americas. Founded, dig it up, fix it up, move in. Buildings that were already there, they would allocate the funds to build these buildings that were already there, have bricks delivered on our dime, write the narrative down when it was built and it was already here, and tag you and I and build something else with those bricks they allocated. That's the absolute fact, folks. Come on, you fake journalists of the world. Step up. Come on. You want to debate? Debate me. I'm just one red brick dude amongst a bunch of red brick people. And I know you can't even handle me, let alone the rest of the red brick souls that I know, because they would chew your head off and spit it out with your convoluted crap. They are sharp. They're telling the world what the truth is. Um, they're 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 doing it from their heart, not making and earning any money at this. So to all you red brick people, uh, I want to personally thank you for your plight and your endeavor and your diligence to tell this story. This story is not going to go away. And yesterday I made a little quick stream talking about 4 or 5 hours away. Other people that aren't affiliated with me are talking about red bricks and all the mountains are melted buildings. So this is obviously catching on everywhere. I did some analytics on my computer. I looked at old comments that are buried in a spam folder, all these beautiful comments from all over the world, from Indonesia, Budapest, Belgium, France, Germany, Canada, Japan, even China. I even got comments from China. So some of them guys in China aren't letting them censor them, and they're still getting out and reaching out in the black mirror and talking. So let me go over here for a second, get a sip. My voice is a little dry today. I shoveled 4 times yesterday. I ain't feeling that well today. I wasn't going to do a stream today, but a young cat by the name of David made a comment because, Like the red brick chick. I don't know what's going on with her, Deborah, the red brick chick. She said something's going on. She don't want to talk about it, but she's about done with the red brick road. And that's how I was kind of feeling too. But it isn't the first time that I felt this way concerning the red brick road. I wanted to hand my channel over with the numbers I have to somebody else who maybe could uh, narrate things better, tell stories better, get the word out better, and so forth. And I don't know. But I just keep trying to plug in there. Um, I spend a lot of time. It even aggravates my girl. And when we get in an argument, she always uses this as a platform to, I'm always doing this with the red bricks and so forth. But I guess she just still doesn't understand that we all, our entire lives, have been lied to about everything. The realm we live in, the narrative story about everything, how we all got here, you know. Um, but some people just can't wrap that around their head. They just can't wrap around the real narrative truth about what's going on, that it's all been a lie. And and narrative is this from people. They always say, well, what can you do? Well, what can you do? Well, it sure beats sitting around and doing nothing. So with my computer and my mouth, my mind, and my eyes, I look at this world and I see what it is. And today I can see clearly. I can see that there's a group of people who are greedy, who want to claim that they're Christians, but they fail to realize that in that book they read, it said, no liars will enter the kingdom of heaven. So it looks like there will be no lawyers, no judges, no um, no government officials um, at all will be in heaven because they're all liars. Every stinking one of them are liars, folks. Our academia, I'm not saying the people who are reiterating the story of academia. No, they're the programmed, dumb down people who reiterate this fake narrative of what happened in the past and so forth, and what happened in these events and the like. So that's up to us as individuals to say, well, what am I going to do? What can we do? Well, here's what I'm going to say everybody can do just on YouTube. Okay. Now, you go to your YouTube channel and get ready to start blocking users. And the users that I ask you to block are all news agencies. So go to their channel, hit hit the about page. There's buttons on the top. Hit the about page button, and then it'll open up, and there'll be a little flag there. Click that little flag and click block user. Okay. So I did that, and hardly any news feeds come up in my YouTube channel. And when they do, I do the same thing again and block them. If we all collectively started blocking these people, their song wouldn't be heard nowhere on YouTube. So that's what I urge everybody to do, is to start blocking these people who give you the news. You know, and that's it. That's a statement, and that's a powerful one. And the same thing happened with NASA. If you noticed that the truthers got involved and started making comments in NASA's thing showing it how fraudulent NASA is. Well, guess what? Go get on your YouTube and try to make a comment on NASA's pages. You can't. Comment sections down because there's too many people aware, and their hits are their numbers are real low too. Just the brain dead individuals, and they lie about numbers and make it look like more numbers of people that went and visited their site and so forth, and all thumbs down. They even took the thumbs button away because all if you go to a NASA site just before they changed the thumb down stuff, you go to a NASA site, there'd be thousands and thousands of thumbs down and just a handful of thumbs up. So they had to eliminate that too. So no, that's one of the big reasons the thumb button um, was taken away in regard to what was going down with NASA on their web pages, on YouTube, and that's absolute fact. You just can't make this kind of stuff up. And here's one other announcement I would like to make. I know YouTube sent me an email telling me that facial recognition is not allowed unless you ask the permission. Okay, so right here on YouTube, I'm going to ask Susan. She's the CEO. She is the CEO of YouTube. Susan, I asked, can I use facial recognition? Because we are under the guise and we would like to see if uh, we can be disproved or we can find out the truth that you indeed are playing two roles in this world. We believe that you and Vice President Harris can never be in the same room together. And we say that because we say you are the same person. So, we just ask you, Susan. There's no need to ask Harris because it's just asking you. So we're just asking you, Susan Harris, or not Susan Harris. That's funny. She has a Polish last name. It's hard to pronounce it. I don't even want to try. We just call her Wski. Okay, Susan Wski, Waziski, or something like that. I probably could pronounce it if I go read it up, but I don't have it. It's in my head. I know what her name is in my head, but I just can't say it right. So we're asking you. So please let us know somehow, or how would we go about asking Susan? So we asked Susan, CEO of YouTube, can we use facial recognition? CEO, Susan, please answer our question. Thank you. Oh, and if we're wrong, we'll apologize. So, can we use facial recognition to prove what we're saying? Let us know, okay? That's her mask. So, there it is. I don't know what else to say. Do your own legwork. Go look up um, the story about this Wagner dude. Scratchy throat. I already gargled. I gargled. And there's Putin. What's Putin doing? And they're showing some old footage. Yeah, so go look up the Wagner Group, Wagner fighters, and how they're eradicating their prisons and getting rid of those men and certain women too, who they don't want around no more. So I looked at a bunch of dead souls today who were young, who died way too early by the hand of these tyrants that call themselves leaders. And I tell you, they're all one. So be wise, be wiser than those serpents, and love your neighbor like you love yourself. Didn't get nobody in the chat here again, but hey, that's how it goes. We're censored and pushed into the back corner, so they don't want what we're saying heard. And there's my dog barking again, so that's perfect timing. So again, they're using propaganda to divert your eye from the real issues that we should be looking at. And like, I'll give you one more example before I go. In my state, we have a governor that should be arrested and welded in a cell, period. We have a bunch of her constituents, a bunch of people we call judges, lawyers, and law officials that also should be right in the cell with her because they did absolutely nothing to um, prevent that dirtbag from stepping on all our constitutional rights. If you look in the law and our Constitution and so forth, it determines her punishment is death. That's what our Constitution says about what she did to all of us. So there's what I feel about my Michigan leaders. Every stinking one of you are dirtballs. You prove it over and over. You're all dingleberries. Yeah, all of you. Lifelong parasites. Even a former vice president or a former president of the United States, Donald Trump, said the same thing about you. Lifelong parasites. It's a fact. Look it up. It's not hate speech. It's fact speech. Have a beautiful day. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. And don't buy the bullshit. Turn your TVs off. And please do, like I say, if you're on YouTube, go in there and block all these channels that broadcast news. And all you people who watch this redacted douchebag family, this guy and girl, they're from Canada and they're nothing but there to muddy the water, and they earn a living by sitting around doing nothing except reiterating the convoluted news with a little input like they're making a difference. Block their channel, unsub from their channels, go to these Spartan Red channels and sub their channels instead, where you're going to get a look at some truth that this realm has been melted and a group of people, sinister people, meter us every day for energy and want to cattle us all in a corner. And then they want to make statements. If we say something against what the narrative is, now we're anti-Semitic. See, they're weaponizing that. They're all dirtbags, folks, because that story they tell you is a lie. Period. Have a great day. Peace out. Red bricks to y'all. See you at the chill out zone. Hopefully Spartan Red and Dino, we're going to have a stream here tonight. And I'll be looking forward to it. I can't talk no more. My throat's scratchy as hell. Feels like I'm swallowing glass. So, but before I go, hey, David, if you lived around me, if I had the extra loot, I'd take you to dinner and buy you a bag of pot. So until next time, peace.